Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is David Goggins. Welcome to another tape in my subliminal series. Life does not care how you feel. The world will not pause for your sorrow, nor will it celebrate your hesitation. You can sit in your misery, waiting for motivation, or you can stand up and move forward, despite it. Pain? Good. It means you're alive. Fear? Even better. It means you have something to overcome. But self-pity? Useless. It drowns you, drags you into a hole where dreams rot and time slips away. Discipline is the blade that cuts through excuses. Action is the hammer that breaks chains. You must understand your feelings are fleeting, weak, unreliable. They whisper lies, tell you to wait, to stop, to surrender. Ignore them. Get up, move, do what must be done. Greatness was never built on comfort. No empire was forged by a man who waited until he felt like it. The strong rise, not because they are fearless, but because they move despite the fear. So I ask you, will you sit there, trapped in the prison of your emotions? Or will you stand, walk, fight? The choice is yours. But make no mistake, your feelings don't matter. Get up. We are often told to listen to our feelings, to trust them as if they are guiding stars leading us to our destiny. But feelings are fleeting, unstable, and easily manipulated. They rise and fall like the tides, dictated by circumstances beyond our control. One moment you feel inspired and ready to take on the world. The next, doubt creeps in, and suddenly you question everything. If you allow your feelings to dictate your actions, you will remain stagnant, waiting for the perfect moment that never arrives. Motivation is a prime example of this illusion. It comes in waves, surging with intensity before disappearing without warning. Relying on motivation is like relying on the wind to carry you forward. You may move for a while, but when the wind dies, you are left stranded. This is why so many dreams never materialize, why so many ambitions wither before they even take shape. People wait to feel ready, to feel confident, to feel strong. But action does not wait for permission from emotions. It moves forward regardless of them. Your mind is a battlefield, and your emotions are often the enemy. They whisper doubt, fear, and hesitation. They tell you that you are too tired, too weak, too unprepared. But here's the truth. None of that matters. Your emotions are nothing more than passing weather. You do not cancel your journey because the sky is cloudy. You do not abandon your path because the wind is against you. You move forward step by step, knowing that your commitment to action is stronger than the storms of your emotions. Consider the great figures of history, the men and women who reshaped the world. Do you think they always felt strong? Do you think they always felt like waking up early, pushing through hardship, or making sacrifices? Of course not. But they did it anyway. They understood that emotions are temporary, but actions leave permanent marks. They built legacies not because they felt like it, but because they chose to act despite how they felt. The modern world has conditioned us to seek comfort, to avoid discomfort at all costs. It tells us that if something feels hard, we should stop. If something makes us uncomfortable, we should retreat. But this is a lie. Growth is uncomfortable. Strength is built in discomfort. Every great achievement, every moment of true progress comes from doing the difficult thing, even when every part of you resists. The body and mind crave ease, but nothing worthwhile comes from ease. An athlete does not wait until he feels like training. He trains regardless. A writer does not wait until inspiration strikes. He writes regardless. A leader does not wait until fear subsides. He leads regardless. This is the mindset of winners, of those who carve their names into history, of those who refuse to be ruled by their emotions. There will be days when you wake up drained, uninspired, doubtful. Your mind will tell you to take a break, to rest, to delay, but those are the moments that define you. If you give in, you reinforce weakness. If you push forward, you build resilience. The choice is always yours. Be a slave to your emotions or master them through action. You cannot afford to let emotions dictate your life. They will betray you. They will keep you trapped in cycles of procrastination, mediocrity, and regret. How many opportunities have been lost because someone didn't feel like it? How many dreams have died because someone waited for the right mood, the right time, the right feeling? Feelings will lie to you. They will tell you that you are not good enough, not strong enough, not ready. But action is truth. Action proves that you are more capable than your mind suggests. When you take that first step, despite doubt, despite fear, you shatter the illusion that emotions control you. You take back your power. It is not about ignoring emotions completely, but about understanding their place. They are indicators, not dictators. They are like passing clouds. Acknowledge them, but do not let them determine your course. Instead, anchor yourself in discipline, in routine, in commitment. Because when all else fades, when motivation is gone, and when fear whispers in your ear, action is what remains. Pain is a natural part of life, yet most people spend their entire existence avoiding it. They treat it as an enemy, something to be feared, something to escape from. But pain is not the villain, it is the teacher. It sharpens, it strengthens, it reveals. It exposes weaknesses not to break you, but to show you where you need to grow. Those who run from pain remain weak, fragile, untested. Those who embrace it become unshakable. Fear works the same way. It grips the mind, paralyzing movement, whispering doubts, and worst-case scenarios. It tells you to stay where you are, to avoid risk, to seek safety. But fear is not a wall. It is a signal. It points directly to the things that matter most, the things that, if conquered, will elevate you. It is not a reason to stop. It is proof that you are on the edge of something significant. The world has conditioned people to believe that discomfort is a warning to retreat. From a young age, we are taught to seek comfort, to avoid struggle, to take the easy path. But this conditioning is a trap. Growth only happens when the body and mind are forced beyond their limits. A muscle does not grow unless it is torn. A skill is not mastered without failure. A mind does not strengthen without challenge. Every great transformation is built on the foundation of endured hardship. Think of those who have achieved greatness. Every champion, every leader, every innovator has faced pain and fear. They did not succeed because they were free from struggle. They succeeded because they walked through it. They recognized pain as a test and fear as a guide. They understood that those who run from hardship remain ordinary, while those who embrace it become extraordinary. There is a reason why people admire those who persevere. It is not because they are lucky or gifted, but because they endure. They continue when others quit. They push forward when others retreat. They step into the unknown, feeling the same fear as everyone else, but choosing to move anyway. That is the difference between those who succeed and those who fail. Not an absence of pain, but a willingness to withstand it. The strongest people you know have suffered. They have been broken, doubted, and tested, but they used that suffering as fuel. They understood that every hardship carried a lesson, that every setback was an opportunity to rebuild stronger. The weak avoid hardship and stay the same. The strong face it and transform. Fear has no power except the power you give it. It thrives on hesitation, growing in the space between action and indecision. The longer you wait, the stronger it becomes. But the moment you step forward, the moment you push through, fear begins to shrink. It is an illusion that disappears in motion. Pain, too, is temporary. It may feel endless in the moment, but it passes. What remains is what you build through it. Endurance, resilience, strength. Those who avoid pain gain nothing. Those who embrace it gain everything. You will feel discomfort. You will feel doubt. You will feel the urge to stop. But none of these are reasons to quit. They are signals, markers that tell you that you are moving in the right direction. The goal is not to avoid them, but to understand them, to use them as fuel, to let them push you further than you ever thought possible. There is a quiet, seductive comfort in self-pity. It wraps itself around you like a heavy blanket, whispering that the world is unfair, that your struggles are unique, that no one else understands. It tells you that you have every right to feel sorry for yourself, that the obstacles before you are too great, that surrender is justified. It feels good in a twisted way to indulge in self-pity, to wallow in the idea that life has wronged you. But self-pity is a poison. The longer you drink from it, the weaker you become. People often mistake self-pity for reflection, but they are not the same. Reflection seeks understanding. Self-pity seeks excuses. Reflection asks, what can I learn from this? Self-pity asks, why me? One moves forward, the other stays stuck. The longer you indulge in self-pity, the deeper the hole becomes, and soon you are not only trapped by your circumstances, but by your own mind. There is a cruel truth about life. It does not care how unfair things seem. It does not slow down for the wounded, nor does it pause to acknowledge your suffering. Time moves forward regardless of your feelings, and every moment spent drowning in self-pity is a moment wasted. The world will not stop to lift you up. If you want to rise, you must do it yourself. Pain and hardship are inevitable. Everyone at some point will experience loss, failure, and disappointment, but self-pity is a choice. Two people can experience the same setback. One will rise from it, using it as fuel, while the other will sink into despair, convincing themselves that they are a victim of fate. The difference is not in the hardship itself, but in the response. People who fall into self-pity often believe they are justified in their suffering. They list their struggles as if they are proof of why they cannot move forward. But hardships do not grant permission to stop. Everyone has reasons to quit, to complain, to wallow. The strong acknowledge the hardship but refuse to be defined by it. The weak let it consume them, using it as an excuse to do nothing. Self-pity is deceptive because it feels productive. It feels like you are processing your pain, that you are honoring your struggles by dwelling on them. But in reality, it is a form of stagnation. It keeps you in place, replaying the same thoughts, the same complaints, the same sorrows. It tricks you into believing that your suffering is special, that no one else could understand. But suffering is universal. You are not alone in your struggles, no matter how much self-pity tries to convince you otherwise. There is no growth in self-pity. There is no strength, no progress, no victory. It offers nothing but temporary comfort, a justification to remain where you are. The longer you stay in it, the harder it becomes to escape. It weakens the mind, robs you of resilience, and blinds you to the opportunities that still exist. It turns you into a spectator of your own life, watching as time slips away while you wait for something or someone to pull you out. But no one is coming. The harshest truth about self-pity is that it changes nothing. You can cry, you can rage, you can curse the unfairness of it all, but at the end of the day, your situation remains the same. The only way forward is to reject it, to see it for the empty trap that it is, and to step beyond it. The moment you stop feeling sorry for yourself is the moment you take back control. Excuses are easy. They come naturally, effortlessly, like a reflex designed to protect you from discomfort. The mind searches for reasons to delay, to avoid, to postpone. It whispers that the timing isn't right, that conditions must be perfect, that you are not ready. Excuses are seductive because they offer temporary relief. They allow you to justify inaction, to avoid the weight of responsibility, to pretend that the problem lies somewhere outside of yourself. But excuses do nothing. They build nothing. They lead nowhere. Discipline is the weapon that destroys excuses. It is the ability to act, not when you feel like it, not when it is convenient, but because it must be done. It separates those who wish from those who achieve. The disciplined do not wait for motivation because they understand motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like the wind, unpredictable and fleeting. But discipline is constant. It does not ask how you feel. It does not negotiate with laziness. It does not entertain weakness. It simply demands action. Action is the great equalizer. It cares nothing for circumstances, for background, for feelings. It is the force that moves you forward despite fear, despite fatigue, despite every reason your mind invents to stop. Those who act, who move, who push forward will always be ahead of those who wait for the perfect moment. The truth is, there is no perfect moment. There is only now. The mind is clever. It will address excuses in logic, in reason, in justification. It will say, not today, but tomorrow. It will say, I need more time, more preparation, more confidence. But this is deception. The mind is not trying to help you. It is trying to protect you from effort, from risk, from discomfort. But everything worth achieving demands effort. It demands risk. It demands discomfort. Those who accept this, who embrace it, who lean into it, are the ones who rise while others remain stuck. Discipline is not something you are born with. It is built brick by brick in the moments when you choose action over excuses. When you wake up early instead of hitting snooze. When you train, when you study, when you work, even when every part of you resists. Every small decision strengthens it, making it easier the next time, until discipline is no longer a struggle, but a habit, a way of life. Excuses, too, are a habit. The more you indulge them, the stronger they become. The more you allow them to dictate your actions, the more powerless you become against them. A person ruled by excuses will always remain a prisoner to them. But a person ruled by discipline is unstoppable. They do not wait for conditions to be perfect. They create progress through sheer will. There is no secret formula, no shortcut, no hidden trick. There is only action. Those who take it move forward. Those who don't remain where they are. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Every excuse delays your crossing. Every action brings you closer. Nothing changes without action. You can read, plan, prepare, and think, but until you move, nothing happens. Ideas remain ideas. Dreams remain dreams. Potential remains unrealized. Action is the only thing that turns possibilities into realities. It is the only thing that separates those who achieve from those who merely talk. Your mind will always seek comfort. It will always search for a way out, an easier path. It will offer excuses disguised as logic, as reason, as necessity. But you must see through the illusion. You must recognize excuses for what they are, barriers you create for yourself. And then you must break them with discipline, with action, again and again until no excuse is strong enough to stop you. Comfort is the enemy of progress. It lulls the mind into complacency in convincing you that where you are is good enough, that effort is unnecessary, that challenge is to be avoided. But nothing great has ever been achieved through comfort. The human spirit was not designed to stagnate in ease. It was made to be tested, to be pushed, to be strengthened through adversity. Growth does not happen in moments of relaxation. It happens in the struggle, in the grind, in the moments when everything inside you wants to stop, but you continue anyway. Resilience is what separates the great from the average. It is the ability to endure, to push through, to rise despite hardship. It is built in the moments of failure, in the face of setbacks, in the days when nothing goes as planned. The weak crumble under pressure, searching for escape, retreating into comfort. The strong embrace the challenge, knowing that every difficulty is an opportunity to grow. Resilience is not an inborn trait. It is forced through pain, through disappointment, through hardship. It is the refusal to be broken, no matter how heavy the burden. The world does not reward those who seek comfort. It rewards those who endure, who persist, who refuse to surrender. Every great achievement in history is a testament to resilience. Every breakthrough, every triumph, every success was built on a foundation of struggle. The greatest minds, the strongest leaders, the most remarkable individuals have all faced hardship. They did not achieve greatness because life was easy for them. They achieved it because they refused to let difficulty stop them. The body and mind adapt to challenge. The more resistance you face, the stronger you become. A muscle does not grow without stress. A mind does not sharpen without challenge. A person does not become great without hardship. Resilience is built in the fire of struggle, in the moments when everything seems against you, in the times when failure feels inevitable. Each time you push through, each time you refuse to quit, you become stronger. People often wait for things to get easier, believing that one day life will provide a smooth path free of struggle. But that day never comes. The truth is, the path does not get easier, you get stronger. The more you endure, the more capable you become. What once seemed impossible becomes routine. What once felt overwhelming becomes manageable. Resilience is not about eliminating struggle. It is about becoming the kind of person who can handle anything. Comfort is deceptive. It feels good in the moment, but it steals from the future. It offers temporary relief while weakening the mind. The pursuit of comfort leads to stagnation, to wasted potential, to a life of mediocrity. Those who chase ease find themselves unfulfilled, wondering why they never reach their goals. Those who embrace resilience, who willingly step into discomfort, who face challenges head on, are the ones who rise. Failure is not the enemy. Pain is not the enemy. The true enemy is the desire to escape them. The weak avoid struggle, hoping for a path without hardship. The strong welcome it, knowing that every battle fought is another step toward greatness. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulty. It is about facing it with the certainty that no matter how hard it gets, you will not break. The world is filled with people who had potential but lacked resilience. They started strong but faltered when the road became difficult. They allowed setbacks to define them, to break them, to convince them that success was not meant for them. But those who refuse to quit, who rise after every fall, who push forward despite every obstacle, these are the ones who achieve what others only dream of. Every challenge is a test, an opportunity to prove your strength. Each hardship is a lesson, a chance to grow, to sharpen, to become more than you were before. Greatness is not given, it is earned through relentless resilience. It is a harsh truth, but a necessary one. No one is coming. No one is going to lift you out of your struggles. No one is going to take responsibility for your failures, your pain, your disappointments. The world does not owe you a rescue. You can wait, you can hope, you can cry out for help, but in the end, the only person who can change your life is you. People waste years waiting for someone to fix things for them. They wait for the perfect mentor, the perfect opportunity, the perfect moment. They wait for a sign, for approval, for permission to move forward. They wait for a break, for luck, for the universe to finally give them what they believe they deserve. But the truth is, waiting accomplishes nothing. The world moves on, indifferent to your hopes and expectations. There is no cavalry coming over the hill. There is no miraculous moment that will transform your life overnight. Every success story, every triumph, every person who has ever achieved anything great did so because they took responsibility for themselves. They did not wait. They did not hope for rescue. They stood up and fought for what they wanted. Blame is easy. It is easy to point fingers at circumstances, at society, at other people. It is easy to say you were dealt a bad hand, that life has been unfair, that others had advantages you didn't. But blame does not change reality. It does not move you forward. It does not build anything. The moment you stop blaming, the moment you accept that no one is responsible for your life except you, is the moment you take back your power. The weak wait for someone to tell them what to do. The strong decide for themselves. The weak hope someone will see their struggle and offer a helping hand. The strong understand that help may never come, and they act anyway. The weak pray for an easier path. The strong learn to walk the hard one. It is a brutal lesson, but it is also freeing. When you stop expecting others to save you, you become unstoppable. When you realize that no one else is responsible for your success, you take control of your destiny. You stop making excuses. You stop waiting. You start moving. People will let you down. Friends will leave. Family will misunderstand you. The world will not always be kind. If you depend on others to push you forward, you will always be at their mercy. If you depend on yourself, you become unbreakable. Nothing changes until you decide to change it. No one will come into your life and hand you discipline. No one will wake you up early, force you to work harder, push you to keep going when you feel like quitting. That is your job. That is your responsibility. The moment you take ownership of your life, everything shifts. In conclusion, you have a choice. You can sit in self-pity, waiting for someone to notice your struggle, waiting for someone to fix your problems, or you can stand up, face reality, and take action. You can keep waiting, or you can start doing. No one is coming, but you don't need them to. You are all you need.